We received many questions on Keith Cooper, a man who was released from prison after witnesses recanted and DNA evidence cleared him. Governor Pence has refused to pardon Mr. Cooper and has instructed him to go back to the courts. How do you believe the power of the pardon should be used, and would you use it in Mr. Cooper's case? We'll start with Mr. Holcomb.
Reviewing what I have on this case, which, as I'm not governor yet, I want to make sure that I actually can talk to Mr. Cooper and review the facts of the case. I understand where Governor Pence is coming from. This would be an unprecedented pardon. Having said that, knowing the facts as I do now and wanting to accumulate more, I would look forward to quickly exonerating, quickly pardoning, swiftly, if the facts bear that out.
Thank you, Mr. Holcomb. Now to Mr. Gregg.
Based on what I've read, I would pardon him immediately. I've traveled the state, and this has been a huge news item and a concern. I think any governor would realize that this is something you need to do on a case-by-case basis and know the facts, much like my friend Mr. Holcomb said. But there comes a time when you have to make a decision, and the facts in this are pretty clear. I take this charge real serious as somebody seeking the office of governor, and have had these discussions with members of the Indiana State Police Alliance, the organization of our state troopers that have endorsed me, and I'm very proud of that endorsement as also the members of the Fraternal Order of the Police. So I take crime and law and order serious, but when the system's made a mistake, we need to correct it immediately and move on.
Thank you, Mr. Gregg. Now to Mr. Bell.
Yes, I think he should be pardoned immediately. I've followed this case, and you have to take a look at it and say, whenever something like this comes up, definitely the burden of proof should be on the state always. And if there is any question at all, and certainly in a case like this where there's no question the man was innocent, he needs to be pardoned. I can't understand. It's one of those situations where we're saying we need to protect the government instead of protecting the individuals, and we shouldn't be doing that. The individual should always be first. And if we start worrying about, we're worried about the protocol, what has happened before, what kind of precedent it would set. If we set a precedent for releasing innocent people from prison, I would say that would be a good one to set.
Thank you, Mr. Bell.